Soy 6 can be intimidating. Neon lights, music blasting, girls calling from both sides, and more of them packed into one short street than almost anywhere else in the world. If it's your first visit, it's easy to feel overwhelmed and make a bad decision before even ordering a drink. Your first mistake often happens before you sit down. The most expensive one comes later, when you think everything is already agreed. Tonight, I'll show you where people go wrong without realizing it. Watch to the end. It could save you time, money, and maybe even your dignity. Mistake number 1 is letting Soy 6 rush you. I get it. On your first walk, girls are calling from both sides, grabbing your arm, and suddenly you're speed walking like you're late for a flight. Slow down. The faster you move, the less you actually see. You don't owe anyone a drink because she smiled or called you handsome. Smile back, say, maybe later, and keep moving. My rule is simple. Walk the whole street once before you sit down anywhere. Soy 6 is short. Scan the bars, the faces, and, most importantly, the energy. Then walk back and choose with a clear head. Because if you rush, Soy 6 chooses for you, and that usually means the wrong bar. Mistake number 2 is choosing under pressure. This happens all the time. A girl pulls you into a bar, and before you've looked around, you're buying a drink for someone you weren't actually interested in. Attention feels good, but don't confuse it with attraction. If you're shy, enter on your own, order a drink, and take a minute to scan the room. Treat that first drink as a trial, not a commitment. Looks catch your eye, but energy decides whether you stay. Can you talk, laugh, and actually enjoy her company? If the vibe isn't right, pay after one drink and move on. It isn't rude. It happens all night. Stay because you want to, not because you feel awkward leaving. Once you sit down, the next mistake is not understanding how lady drinks actually work. Mistake number 3 is misunderstanding lady drinks. I know this part confuses many guys because I hear the same complaint all the time. Why would I pay that much for one drink? Because you aren't paying only for the liquid in the glass. This isn't a normal bar where you buy someone a drink and hope she stays. On Soy 6, the lady drink is part of the business model. She will normally sit with you, talk, and give you her attention for that round, while earning a commission or credit from the drink. But keep your expectations realistic. One lady drink doesn't buy unlimited attention, a fixed number of minutes, or a promise of anything else. When she finishes it, she may ask for another. You can say yes or no, no drama. Is it worth it? One drink is usually enough to find out. My rule is simple. One for me, one for her, and then test the vibe. If the chemistry is there, continue. If not, finish your drink and move on. Don't order 3 rounds in 5 minutes just because she called you handsome. On Soy 6, handsome can become expensive very quickly. Mistake number 4 is losing control of your bill. Most bars on Soy 6 use the bin system for a reason. It makes service faster for the bar while giving you a live record of what you ordered and how much you have spent. Every time another drink arrives, the receipt is updated and placed back inside the bin. It takes 2 seconds to check the number of drinks and the running total. Nobody will be offended. You aren't accusing anyone, you're simply controlling your own spending. If you start losing track, pay the bill and open a fresh one. You can do that at any time. If an extra drink appears, point it out while the order is still fresh. Honest mistakes happen in busy bars, and correcting one drink immediately is much easier than arguing about the entire bill later. My rule is simple. Check every round, keep your bills small and your head clear. And drinks aren't the only way that bill can grow. Sometimes it starts with a very innocent-looking bar game. Mistake number 5 is playing bar games without setting the stakes. Sooner or later, someone will place dice, Jenga, or jackpot in front of you. It looks harmless, and it can be fun, but ask one question before the first move. Are we playing for fun or for drinks? If it's for drinks, agree on what each result means and how many rounds you're playing. Remember, these girls do this every day. You're playing away against the home team, and the home team usually wins. There is nothing wrong with buying a drink when you lose. The problem is discovering after the third game that every loss meant another lady drink. Set the rules, set your limit, and then enjoy the game. If the rules are vague, don't play. Mistake number 6 is paying for the whole group. You're having a good time with one girl when she waves someone over. Maybe it's her sister, her best friend, or the girl who hasn't received a single drink all night. Then comes the question, can my friend have one too? The story might be completely true, I'm not calling anyone a liar. But this is Soy 6, and you can have a heart without opening a tab for the entire street. I've seen one sympathy drink turn into a full bar party more than once. And yes, I've paid for a few of those lessons myself. One drink can signal that you're buying. Then another friend appears, followed by another, and suddenly the whole table is celebrating with the bill heading towards you. There's nothing wrong with paying for a party if that was your plan. The problem is agreeing to one friendly drink and ending up with a party you never chose. The next morning usually brings 2 headaches, one in your head and another when you check your wallet. On Soy 6, no is a complete sentence. Not this round, thanks, just the 2 of us for now, is enough. No apology and no PowerPoint presentation required. Mistake number 7 is spending before clarifying the plan. This is the expensive mistake I mentioned at the beginning. I've seen guys buy a whole load of lady drinks, play games, and spend thousands of baht before finally finding out whether she is available later. Sometimes the answer is no. Lady drinks pay for her company inside the bar, but they don't create an obligation. And not every girl on Soy 6 is available to leave the bar. She can say no, and so can you. Don't take it personally. You don't need to ask everything within the first 30 seconds. But once you know you're interested and your intention goes beyond sitting together, make it clear. Say, I'd like to spend more time with you later. Are you available? If she says yes, you don't need to conduct a job interview, but don't rely on telepathy either. Confirm the plan and all important details before paying. If anything is unclear, stop and ask. Talking about money for 30 seconds might feel awkward. Arguing about it later is much worse, and usually much more expensive. But even when everything has been agreed correctly, there is still one way the entire night can fall apart: letting someone else control what happens after you leave. Mistake number 8 is losing control after leaving the bar. The whole point of Soy 6 is that the setup is simple and direct. You choose who you spend time with, agree on the plan, and then follow it. But after leaving, you may hear, "Let's make one quick stop. Let's meet my friend," or "Let's go to a nightclub first." Suddenly, your plan becomes someone else's plan, while the bill usually remains yours. You don't need to be harsh or disrespectful. Just be clear. Agree on somewhere you both want to go before leaving. If the plan changes, decide again. You can simply say, "No thanks, let's stick to what we agreed." This isn't about controlling her. It's about staying in control of your own time, money, and decisions. Either person can change their mind, but don't follow a new plan just because you already spent money or feel awkward saying no. Keep it simple. Agree on the plan, stick to it, and remember that in Pattaya, one quick stop is rarely quick. So here's the smart first visit strategy. Walk the street once before sitting down. Use the first drink to test the vibe. Check your bill after every round. Set the stakes before playing games. And don't buy drinks simply because you feel pressured. Clarify the plan before spending more, and stay in control after leaving. Do that, and Soy 6 becomes much simpler and usually much cheaper. If this video gave you something useful, subscribe to the channel and join me on the lazy nomad journey. There's plenty more coming. And if you're genuinely curious about real nightlife, not only in Pattaya but across Southeast Asia, join the Lazy Nomad VIP Telegram through the link below. You'll find real talk with people on the ground, current updates, practical playbooks, first-hand experiences, and red flags. Enjoy Soy 6, but don't let Soy 6 enjoy your wallet more than you enjoy the night. Thanks for tagging along with Lazy Nomad. Until our paths cross again in the neon-lit streets of Southeast Asia, keep exploring, but always keep it lazy. Good night, and see you on the next adventure.